Hello friends, welcome to my class again with me Miss Devi. So in this video, we will learn together about rounding, multiplying, and dividing decimal. And I think this method are really familiar for you. So for the first topic, we will start with rounding. So rounding have a definition, making a number simpler but keeping its value close to what it was. So what is mean close? So you didn't change the value, you just remake the model. There are three types of rounding of decimal. The first about rounding to 10, or we can write down 1 decimal place or 1 dp. This means to leave one number after the decimal point. For example, if I have 1.2716 and I want to round it to 10. So it's equal 1.3. Look at the number after 2. That's 7. Because 7 is more than 5, so we can round up and we can write down 1.3. And next, for the next rounding to hundreds or 2 decimal place or 2 dp. That means leave 2 number after the decimal point. For example, if I have 1.2716 and I want to round it to hundreds and it's equal 1.27. Look at 1 after 7. Because 1 is less than 5, so we have to round down. So it's equal 1.27. For the next rounding is rounding to 1000. That means leave 3 number after the decimal points or 3 decimal place or 3 dp. For example, if I have 3.141516 and I can round this number to 1000 is equal 3.142. Look at 5. Because 5 is more than or equal with 5, so we can write down 3.142. Is it easy, right? But what if I have a number 3176543.73 and I want to round it to 1 dp or 1 decimal point? Okay, look at this number because 3 is less than 5, so we can write down 3176543.7. But do you think it's simple? Because in rounding, we want to make it simple, but it's not simple. That's why we have to rounding with significant figure. So, significant figure have a definition, count digit from the left to the right and round off out there. See, from left to the right. And for the first rounding is rounding one significant figure. That's, for example, if I have 83,562 and I want to round it with one significant figure. That means I have to rounding one first number. Look at 3. Because 3 is less than 5, so we can round up is equal 80,000. So for next, rounding to significant figure. That means rounding to first number. For example, if I have 962 and look the number 2 because 2 is less than 5, so we can rounding this number into 660. We can round down. So for the next topic, we will learn about scientific notation or standard form. So standard form is the special way to write the number. Why we need to learn about standard form? Look at this. This is a moon. And the mass of the moon is of this number, kgs. There are a lot of zero, right? Even it's really hard to say. Do you think so? It's really hard to say and it's really hard to write because there are a lot of zero. That's why we need to express this number using scientific notation. So we can write down 7.35 times 10 with 22nd kgs. It's more simple, but how to write the standard form? Well, the first, just the digit with the decimal point placed after the first digit, and the second, times 10 to a power that puts the decimal point where it should be. For example, 5326.6 we can write down in scientific notation into 5.326 times 10 cubes. So the number on the front, it's called digits. Because we have to put the decimal, and the last we call it power. So for example, if I have 0.0526, to find this number, we can multiply or we can divide it, this number, 526 divide 1,000 or 10,000. So we have to put comma or the decimal point placed after the first digit. So we can write down 5.26 times 10 with square. Because I put two numbers after comma, so I have to multiply with 10 square. And after that, we have to divide with 10,000 or 10 with 4. Remember about the division on the fraction or in the case. So we can write down 5.26 times 10 with minus square. So this is the answer. So for the next topic, we will learn about estimation. Have you heard about estimation? Or maybe you ever do an estimation? If you go to a restaurant, maybe you will predict it, how much the bill will be, right? Or if I show you the picture of the car and maybe you will predict it, how much is the car? Or you will predict it, how far from your hometown to your house. See, you say all of this around, so it's called estimation. So this is the versus exact versus estimation. In exact, we can use equal symbol, and in estimation, we can use approximately symbol. So basically, estimation is finding a number that is close enough to the right answer. So that's not a real number, that's just a close enough for the number. For example, if I have multiplication, 3.9 multiply 5.1. We can do an estimation to make it more fast. So 3.9 we can round up because 9 is more than 5. So we can write down 4. And 5.1 because 1 is less than 5. So we can round down to 5. So we have to multiply 4 times 5 is equal or around 20 because this is just an estimation. And for the exact number, we can use the long multiplication method. Just forget about the decimal first. So we can write down 39 times 51. So it's equal 1989 because there are two numbers after comma, so we can count from the back 19.89. So this is the answer. So all of this number is really close, right? So next, about multiplying and dividing decimal. So in multiplying, you have to be careful to put the decimal. For example, this question, just forget about the decimal first and you can use your method to solve this question, or the traditional method to solve this question. So 134 times 62. So it's equal 8,308 because there are two numbers after comma. So we can put the comma after 3 and it's equal 83.08. And for dividing the decimal, you have to make sure the number after the operation is not decimal. If it's the decimal, you have to change into the integer or not the decimal number. So we can use the method, the traditional method, to divide 14.8 divided by 4. And it's equal 37 because there are one number after comma, so we can put 3.7. So this is the answer. And next, about the computation of number in standard form. You just need to remember about the distributive law. And in this question, and in this problem, for all of the terms have the same number or multiply with 10 with fifth. So you can put 10 with fifth on the front and you divide all the term with 10 with fifth. And we'll find 10 with fifth times 4.3 plus 2.6. So it's equal 6.9. And you can write 6.9 times 10 with fifth. So this is the answer. Is it easy? So this is all of the terms in this video. Rounding is equal pembulatan, standard form, notasi ilmiah, estimation atau estimasi, dan exact atau tepat. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.